Hello everyone, so just another nudge from Spirit to come on and record a video. I've no idea about the message that's coming through, so I'm just going to tune in and say what I see and just give the impressions that are coming through to me. I may pull a card or two at the end, so stay to the end for that. And it just feels like a beautiful message of support with whatever's going on for us at this time. So enjoy the process, enjoy the message, and thank you for watching. So just getting comfortable and allowing our eyes to gently close. And we're just going to begin by imagining a waterfall of multicolored light coming down and over and through our energy fields. And the colors in this multicolored waterfall of light are a beautiful indigo blue, a deep purple, a beautiful turquoisey blue, a diamond white, and then the palest pink. And these energies are calming and soothing the nervous system, moving through all of the systems of the body, the cells, the molecules, the atoms, bringing us into a deep state of comfort, peace, calm, protection, alignment, deep harmony, and the softest compassion. And the energies and the frequencies that these colors hold is the indigo ray of beloved Archangel Michael or Michael and his protection, the energy of our own innate divine will, our willpower, very powerful inner core strength, giving us stability, centeredness. The magical frequencies of beloved Archangel Ratziel, who is helping us to alchemize our lives and bringing our dreams to fruition, really aligning us with our true magical energy, our divine blueprint, which we all have. Beloved Archangel Zadkiel, bringing the violet flame to transmute anything that is standing in the way of us really aligning to our true original divine blueprint. The diamond white energy of our core divine innocence, overlit by beloved Archangel Gabriel. And the softest, most beautiful pale pink energy. And when I was starting to tune into this, I thought, oh, this would probably be Shamuel, but actually this ray is overlit by your own innate angelic consciousness as your guardian angel comes in to embrace you here now. And I'm just being given the words heaven on earth. So we have these powerful archangels here that are really giving us the message that they are removing obstacles from our lives so that we, as these incredible divine humans, can be the true magical liberating conduits of the paradigm that we are in, so that we can really anchor our own version of heaven on earth, of what it feels to be safe and held on this earth, so that our softness, our innocence, the inner fragile, vulnerable part of ourselves can feel safe and held. And they're talking to me at the moment about, painful letting goes, where we've had to walk away from painful situations, relationships, timelines. And there's a sense that as we come into, further into 2025 as I record this, and we just beyond the middle of March, we come into the second half of March, we may even experience some more of these sort of painful letting goes. There's a sense of any loose ends that haven't been kind of completed or tied off in terms of karmic relationships, karmic cycles. There's a real clearing of the decks here. And as I speak about this, there may also be coming to resolution some health issues. I have Raphael coming in as well now with the emerald green ray, and he's flanked by Azrael, and Azrael really is the archangel of transitions. So these angels are kind of saying there's an ending of something, and for many of us it might be the ending of a health issue that has plagued you. You might be getting final resolution on something to do with the physical body. There may have been a struggle. You might have been in the medical system for some reason, and there's a sense that there may finally be some relief or some release around an ongoing health issue. And as I tune into this, I'm also just being shown that the whole paradigm of health on this planet is about to have a massive overhaul. And where we have seen, abuse of power, misuse of energy, anything that is lacking in integrity, authenticity, any corruption, there's a real focus here as Raphael and Azrael come in here. There's a real focus on the health system and the medical systems at play on this planet. And, recently I keep being told that March is going to hold some real bombshells of truth in terms of metaphorical bombshells. I'm being told that, hopefully not physical ones. But these bombshells of truth, or these revelations of truth, we are in that time of revelations, but it feels like there's something coming to light really big time around the health system, the medical system. And in the aftermath of that global pandemic, obviously we're already seeing some of that trickle through. I'm not sure exactly what this is to do with, but there is this sense of support where you may have felt kind of hooked in to the medical system, where you feel like you're going back for more and more treatment but feeling like you're getting nowhere. There's a sense of a release of that and some alleviation of that, and maybe even some other options that you might be trying that are going to bring you better results. So a lot of people are returning to natural remedies, homeopathy, naturopathy, more energy healing, holistic healing, and we are really bridging the worlds here. So that's not to say at all that if you are in medical care you should stop that. I'm not diagnosing, I'm not telling you to stop any medical care, but on a global scale here, it feels like there's much more of a bridging of worlds coming in, new healthcare technologies being incorporated, say, into the physical medical systems. And it really is a personal path. We're really as a collective now understanding that there isn't always a one-size-fits-all remedy for everyone, whether it's to do with health or physical health, or whether it's to do with love and relationships, or whether it's to do with finances. We're coming into this real time of really striking out on our own path, recognizing the oneness of the collective field, but also understanding that we are still individuals with our own needs. We're like fingerprints, or snowflakes. We're all unique. So oneness doesn't mean that we're all herded into the one path, because there's many paths, one consciousness, many paths back to the divine, and it's finding your own path back to physical healing. There's a really strong focus on the physical body here, a really strong focus on physical health and healing. And I feel like this year is going to bring people back into touch with their physical reality. So where many of us have been off on this big spiritual path and exploring all the ethers, now it's like coming full circle and we're bringing it home. We're landing heaven to earth. We're bringing earth to heaven. We're understanding that we are bridges in consciousness. We are bridges in beautiful divine bridges to bring heaven to earth, bringing that lovely, bringing all the duality together, neutralizing what is no longer needed, and sitting in unconditional love. And now as we come into this space of centeredness, just know that these angels are working through you as we, speak on these topics, as these topics come through, as these rays come through. You might start to feel tingles, energy shifts, temperature changes. I'm just being told that they're working a lot on our energy matrix as we bring through these words. And as we bring any of those dual aspects together, the invitation is to just sit back out of judgment. Ask yourself where you've been feeling like things are going wrong. Where in your life are you feeling things are going wrong? Is it more in the global picture, more about what's going on the news? Is it more to do with, are you focusing on a physical ailment or issue? Are you seeing that as going wrong? Where are you looking at aspects of your relationships or your work or your career and seeing it as going wrong? Do you feel like you're in the wrong place? And when we sit back out of judgment and go, well, what if it's actually going right? What if the universe is actually conspiring in my favor here? What if something's actually falling into place? What if my body is showing me something? What if something is surfacing and I need to listen to my body because there's a bigger message in this for me? If you feel like you're on the wrong path or a door is closing in your face, maybe that's the universe herding you in a new direction to make sure you're on the right path. I did a really beautiful interview today with Kelly B, and we were talking about those pivotal times in our lives where, I was looking back on all the times where I didn't get what I wanted or what I thought I wanted. And every single time I didn't get what I wanted, something better was brought in its place. There was bigger growth, there was more expansion. And it was often when I didn't know to ask for more. It was like the universe prompting me to ask for more. So where in your life have you been asking for too little? Maybe not seeing your own potential. And this is where the universe is maybe curtailing you on one path so that it can open up another. As Maria in Sound of Music says, when God closes a door somewhere, he opens a window. So just look at your judgment. Where in your life are you judging things as being wrong or going wrong? And where could you perhaps just sit back and observe a little more? And you don't have to see it as going right, but you could just sit back in curiosity and just ask yourself the question, what if this is actually happening for my highest good? What if I'm not getting exactly what I think I want because I don't really know what I want? Or maybe my higher self knows what I want. Instead, in the case of painful endings, which seems to be a theme tonight, painful endings. Maybe the painful ending is where somewhere you haven't been seen or supported. Either a situation or a relationship has to come to a close, and that doesn't mean that there wasn't love there, but maybe in order for you to be free and expanded and more supported on your path and to be all of who you are, maybe old doors need to close. Maybe there's an old letting go of old doors that need to close. There are a lot of endings happening, and as I kind of tune into this energy, it does feel like so many old timelines are just transmuting, dissolving, integrating, and coming into alignment. But what this means on a positive level is that we are standing on the threshold of a humongous new beginning. And this is happening on the individual level, and it's happening on the personal level. And when I actually ask to kind of see the energy of that, it is an upshift. It doesn't feel like we're going back into more darkness. it feels like we're coming out of that darkness and we're leveling up, we're coming into more light. So where we expect, destruction or the abyss or the negative, maybe we need to just sit and expect the best, expect the unexpected in a good way. What if it's, almost too good to be true rather than too bad to be true? And then we help to flip our focus on it. Then we help to invite in that higher timeline, that higher pathway. So now coming in with us, we have Archangel Ariel. And Ariel is the archangel of nature. She really is the lioness of God who brings us courage. But what I'm getting is the courage to return to our original divine blueprint. The courage to let go of all that isn't serving us. And really in the physical 3D matrix, we may have a lot of things, like we may have addictions or vices that have served to be kind of like self-soothing agents that have for a time kept us propped up, kept us feeling happy, but it's like not a true sense of joy. It's not a true sense of fulfillment. It's the little habits that we get into. And Ariel is kind of asking, do you have the courage to really let go of what isn't serving you anymore? Really let go of old vices, old habits, old addictions, the things that you have used as emotional crutches, the people you may have used as emotional crutches or allowed yourself to be used by them. Do you have the courage to come back to your truth, come back to your original divine blueprint, come back to who you are? And I just want you to see, sense, or imagine right in between your heart and your solar plexus, sort of in the middle part of your chest here, a white flame bursting into light. And this white flame containing all of the colors of the rainbow, the diamond pearlescent spectrum. And this diamond pearlescent rainbow flame is starting to get bigger and bigger, and it starts to expand out through your chest, your solar plexus, feeling that whole area of your power center, your belly, stretching up into the throat, and really stretching up like a huge column of light all the way to Source Infinite Divine above you, and all the way down into beloved Mother Earth below you. And see it stretching out around you, and then imagine that it's forming itself into a kind of diamond fiery flaming ladder, like the stairway to heaven, the ladder of the divine. And it's interesting this year, as we're in the year of the snake, this is reminding me of an energetic game of snakes and ladders. And you could go down the rungs of that ladder, or you could go up the rungs of that ladder. But what I'm being shown with this proverbial flaming divine ladder is that whichever way you go, up or down, it's all still divine, and it's all still leading you home to yourself. You climb down the ladder, you're not going down to hell, you're going down into Mother Earth, you're going into the elemental kingdom, you're going into the diamond crystalline grids of the earth, you're going into those deeper dimensions, into the core of Gaia, where you will find in that crystalline heart the 0 point field of unconditional love. And then the further you climb up, the further you go up in consciousness and out into the cosmos, and off through all the planets and the stars and up to infinite source above you, you come into the oneness, the 0 point, the unconditional love, the neutrality. So in letting go of this judgment of high and low, up and down, and we realize, as above, so below, as within, so without. Wherever we maneuver ourselves in our lives and in our consciousness, no matter the ups and downs of life, we're always on that divine ladder. We're always growing. We're always ascending. And I am getting this really beautiful reminder that this is the ladder of ascension. And I wrote about the ladder of ascension in my book, and I didn't even think about it being the ladder of ascension, but it's being revealed to me here as this just beautiful, like, the up and down is an illusion. Any hierarchy is an illusion. It is all now. It is all here. It is all one. It's all love, and it's all growth. And we are ascending whether we like it or not. We're on that ladder. We're moving with it. It's within us as well as all around us. And all it takes is a shift in perception or a shift in perspective for us to realize that we're not going backwards. When we go down the ladder, we connect to Mother Earth. That's not going backwards. When we go up the ladder, we connect to divine. That's not necessarily going forwards, but it's raising our frequency in a different way. But we are connected to all realms, all kingdoms, all timelines. And if we could see every rung on that ladder as just not worse or better, but just different levels of consciousness, just different levels of awareness, then we can see that every level of society is just at a different rung on that ladder, but we're all on the ladder. We may be just in a different state of consciousness. We may be in a different state of understanding. Some may know more than others on a logical level. Some may know more than others on a spiritual level. Some of us may have been through more lessons in this lifetime. Some may have been through more lessons in other lifetimes. But wherever we sit on that ladder, we're all on the same ladder. And essentially, we're all really going in the same direction. We're all coming home. So just want you to feel now that ladder sort of retracting into your heart, just coming into the heart. And I'm seeing it form itself into what looks like the letter H, but actually when I look more closely at it, it reminds me of the rune, I think it's called Hagalaz, which is the rune for hail, but hail being sudden shock, sudden change, sudden revelation. And in this case, when sudden shifts happen, they can leave us feeling a bit uneasy, but they don't need to leave us feeling uneasy. That ladder becomes our stability point. We're anchored above and below. And if we sit back and observe, then the shock of the new might actually be a breath of fresh air. Like a hailstorm on a sunny day when you don't expect hail to fall from the sky. And I wrote about that in the Water Alchemy Oracle. Hail is a card of pleasant surprises, sudden pleasant surprises. Things coming from out of the blue that we don't expect, but which are going to lift us and give us a bit of hope. And they may be shocking to some, but for those who are on an awakened path, who've sort of already been through those personal shocks, who know what it is to let go, to lose things, to lose what we thought we wanted to hold on to. It's like we've been in training for this for a long time. I feel like we've been in training for this. And so that we won't be rattled when all of this new comes in. And, when I recently interviewed lovely Pam Gregory, and we were talking about how some of these revelations are going to leave us shaking to our foundations in terms of some of us may not even know who we are anymore, like whole personality shifts. And I know that I definitely have been through that in recent years. I completely lost my way for a while, and it was very disorientating and quite scary. But I feel like I've come out the other side of it now, and I know more who I am than I think I ever have. That might shift again, I don't know, but I often go through some of the experiences that are highlighted by the astrology. I often go through them before the astrology is actually playing out. But that said, who knows? It's a weird way of experiencing the world when you go through it, and then the astrologers say this is coming up, and you're like, that was 2 years ago. But very difficult because there's no reference point for it. But just sit now in your center, really claim your space, claim your truth, be held by those loving frequencies, that beautiful, supportive Archangel Michael, willpower, inner strength and courage. Powerful Ratziel, giving you the ability to alchemize your life, to choose what you want, not what you don't want. And that all starts with how we want to feel. I choose to feel safe. I choose to feel supported. I claim my space on this planet. I claim my divinity. Beloved Zadkiel, helping to release with all that painful letting go, transmuting anything releasing. Beloved Gabriel, really aligning you to your divine purpose. And the turquoise ray coming through is beautiful Tahariel, Archangel Tahariel, who's helping us to purify, cleanse, and detox from our lives. All of those old thoughts, feelings, emotions, anything not working, purification happening. This might relate to physical detoxing as well, as Raphael and Azrael really help us through these transitions. Azrael is the angel of transitions, often connected with the angel, with the death portal, the transition into the afterlife. And as we know, many are leaving the planet at this time. But Azrael can also help support us through any other transitions and hold us through our grief as well, the letting go. Grief really highlights the level of love that you've experienced, especially if you're losing a person. It can highlight the level of love and the feeling of that space left by that person leaving your life. But it can also be a part of your own personality leaving your life. We grieve who we thought we were. We may grieve. Some of those missed opportunities may be absolutely huge. You know, as women, you know, we're expected to be mothers. If you don't get the opportunity to be a mother physically, there's a letting go, often a painful letting go in that. The roles that we play, the career choices, the relationships we thought we could count on, the authorities we thought we could count on. So wherever this change is occurring in your life, just let yourself come into your center and hold yourself with total, pure, divine, unconditional love. And the one process I've found over the years that I always come back to time and time again, which is so infinitely helpful and so simple, is the Hawaiian Huna prayer, the Ho'oponopono. And so I just want to go through that process with you now. So with whatever painful endings or letting goes you are dealing with, just to turn your attention inwards and offer yourself this loving compassion. And just saying to yourself, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you're going through this. I'm so sorry you're struggling. I'm so sorry it hurts. I'm so sorry that you feel things are out of your control at the moment. I'm so sorry For whatever it is you're experiencing, whatever it is you're feeling, I'm sorry. And then we offer ourselves forgiveness. Now, the original Ho'oponopono has 4 phrases, which is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you, or thank you, I love you. I add in a 5th. So I always say, please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm asking for forgiveness for everything that you're experiencing. And just tune into your being, your body. You're offering yourself forgiveness. You're asking forgiveness for yourself, but then I add in, all is forgiven, or you are forgiven as well. And it's usually at that point that I feel the biggest shift. So please forgive me. All is forgiven. All is forgiven. And you may feel a release. Even if you're doing this process for something that you feel is yet to come, for anything in the unknown, anything upcoming that you might be afraid of or feeling anxious about, all is forgiven. I love you. And offer yourself unconditional love. I love you. Self-supporting. And then finally, thank you. Huge gratitude. Thank you. Thank you. Feel the shift. Feel that sense of being freed of something, even if it's something you don't know is there, but anything that feels beyond your control. This is a really powerful process just to help you feel a little bit more like you can do something. You know, when you can't do something out there, you can do something in here. And it really helps to support and release anything that isn't serving us, bringing us back into that real state of self-love, self-care. And sort of polishing up that inner lens and how we see the world. And even if you don't know why you're feeling the way you're feeling, if you have emotions coming up, you can just say it to yourself over those painful emotions, those confusing emotions. So many of us are dealing with emotion right now, and emotion can be overwhelming until we realize it's okay to feel. It's okay for us to feel our emotions. It's okay for us to feel our feelings. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. All is forgiven. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So just taking a deep breath in, really feel those beautiful colors, the indigo, the purple, the violet, the turquoise, the white, and the palest pink, really pouring through you now, really enveloping you, and almost see it like a beautiful blanket of light, feeling yourself being 100% supported, and just get a sense of your guardian angel standing over you from behind, really embracing you and holding you through whatever is to come. As I said, we're probably in for a little bit more change on this planet yet, but I always trust that we're never given what we can't handle. And though it might feel a little bit nerve-wracking at times when we come back to our center, and we move through it day by day, minute by minute, bit by bit, it feels less overwhelming when we break it down into those smaller steps and we create for ourselves a safe, sacred space around us. So we're just going to allow that beautiful blanket of all those colors to wrap us up, allowing your guardian angel to envelop you in love, and all those color rays create powerful, powerful protection in the energy field. Finally, we're going to place a platinum sphere of protection, platinum being very transmuting, one of the highest frequency colors on this earth plane, really sealing our fields in platinum. And we're going to ask to just close any doorways or portals behind us, really sealing all of this energy in. We're going to ask to ground this healing into our physical daily life and reality. And finally, I'm just seeing a big purpley blue butterfly. It's almost like the butterfly emoji, blue butterfly, purple blue, and potentially turquoise butterfly. So keep an eye out for that in your daily waking life as a little symbol or a little sign that you have received some beautiful balancing, healing and support tonight. So thank you so much. We're going to seal our fields. I always place a finger to my lips to seal the fields. And then just as a parting note, I'd like to pull you a couple of cards from, well, probably one of each, from the Water Alchemy and the Archangel Fire Alchemy oracles. I'm going to start with the water because the water is really about emotional mastery. As I turn over the cards, the first card to really flip out is very alchemical, and it has all the colours in it that we've just seen, and the card is dilution. Dilution. And oh, bing! And I suppose we need to trust that with all this light coming in, it is actually diluting a lot of the shadow on the planet. But as, you know, that analogy of like, you know, it's like stirring up the sediment in the bottom of a pond so that it can be purified. So trust that all the darkness, all the shadow is being diluted with more and more light. And this is an alchemical process we find ourselves in. And likewise, any stuck emotions, anything we've been holding on to, anything we've been suppressing is really rapidly coming up to the surface so that we can recognize it, acknowledge it, move through it, heal it, transmute it. And I'm just going to pull an Archangel card from the Archangel Fire Oracle. So the Archangel Fire Oracle really is about tuning into our own power. This is about coming back into our own divine power. Archangels, you know, are beautiful guides and beings of light, but they are the bridge in consciousness between us and the divine. And as such, they're part of our own consciousness. So we can tune into those levels of consciousness and embody their principles, their teachings. So when you call on Michael, even the phonetics, even the intonation aligns you to their own innate part of you that is your divine willpower. So I'm just going to ask to, oh, look at that, another watery angel. And so we have Archangel Asariel. Again, an angel of purification, but I'm really drawn to the dolphins here, the water, and the buried treasure here, and all these beautiful sea creatures leaping for joy. This is about coming into your own true nature. And she also feels like she's kind of governing the elements. She has power over the oceans. So it's about feeling centered and returning to joy, and knowing that underneath all the tumult there is this buried treasure. And then, of course, the other card that flipped out is our beloved Azrael, very present with us all at the moment, this beautiful angel really helping us to step onto that new higher timeline and pathway. And though it looks scary, he's offering us reassurance and a steady helping hand. So I hope that gives some support and insight with what's to come up for us all. And you know, just try to stay as grounded and centered as you can. I never get real particulars of what exactly is going to happen, but I just get the impression and sort of themes of what's coming up, and but also a way and a means to support us to walk through it. So I hope that's been helpful. So when you're ready, if you haven't done so already, just ground, open your eyes, come back into your heart, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a gentle time of it, whatever is to come. Lots of love.